With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome to the Kellyanne Cares podcast, a one-of-a-kind show created to become your number one tool for your personal growth and business development. My name is Kelly, former pro makeup artist and luxury travel expert turned multi-passionate entrepreneur. My purpose is to get you organized to become the most productive version of yourself in both business and life. I'm here to show you that if you manifest, visualize, and put in the work, your dreams will indeed turn into a reality. Tune in to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself as well as my expert guests as we discuss our wins and losses, habits and routines, and what keeps us motivated, stimulated, and inspired. I promise to add value, raise awareness, help you take action, and incorporate more wellness into your day. Life is short. Invest in yourself. Make your own rules. Create your own happiness. And most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Today's podcast experience starts now. Hello. Welcome back to a brand new episode. As you may or may not have noticed, I've been a little MIA lately from the airwaves. And the last episode I did was October 25th. And now I'm recording a bunch for you now. And it's December 13th, first day of Mercury retrograde. And I'm getting over bronchitis, hence my voice, my sexy cigar smoking voice. And I think it's really important to share what's going on. I've always been an open book and I've shared everything on this show. So I think now I feel good in my mind and body to share this. And I had shared on this topic when I found out. It was probably my last episode. And it's come in waves. And I still need to do one more thing that all my friends are when are you going to do this? And I just need to figure out when I feel good. And I've been carrying around this object so that I can do this. But I am going through waves of grief. And it's not just the passing of my father that I found out about, that he died a year prior. That's a whole story. Do you have a fucked up family? I have a fucked up family. Well, they're not even my family anymore. They cut me off when I was sick, and now they're definitely cut off after this saga. But everybody has a fucked up family. And if you don't, you are so lucky. And please never take that for granted. Everyone has a fucked up family. Here comes the cough. I made it through a whole episode without coughing. And I probably should have made a hot tea before I talked to you again today. But now is the time of year where people have a really hard time through the holidays. There's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's Hanukkah, there's Kwanzaa, there's New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, it's a hard time when you don't have that. And I think the biggest trigger for a lot of people is online when you see everybody in their huge family gatherings and just living their best life and doing TikToks together. I want that. I wish I had that. And that's really triggering for sometimes me, but I know a lot of people. So everybody's talking about being in their era. And I have been talking about being in my healing era. I'm in Las Vegas to heal, to finish my healing chapter of being misdiagnosed. And a couple months ago, I did an episode on post-traumatic growth. Is that what it was called? I forget. I probably should have looked. But it's one of my last episodes. And basically I learned, I kind of knew, but I didn't realize how important it was, is that in order to heal, you need to go back to the place that caused all the trauma. And there's other factors as to why I'm here. But it makes sense. And things that used to trigger me before don't bother me anymore. getting a Nevada license, that really bothered me. But now I'm fine. Like, who gives a shit where my license is from? But it was just like, okay, I'm officially a resident. Like, what if I see these doctors again? What if their kids are on my friends' kids' teams? Like, am I going to get arrested because I go after him and punch him? Like, like, and that's so not me, but these are just like my thoughts. So I'm in my soft girl healing era, have you? But the amount of times I've wanted to show up and I can't even count. And I'm not going to apologize for that because that's just part of my healing journey. Everybody heals in their own way, right? And I think that because I did get a second chance at life, and because I do feel well enough mentally most of the time to share what works, I do. I still get messages every single day from patients scared to death because they have NMO. How did I survive? What chemo am I on? And then I have to break it to them like, because they see all this old content from like 2016, 2017 that I don't have the disease. I was actually misdiagnosed. So then it's like, sucks for you. Like, how do I say that? Like, it sucks. I still have to answer 3 messages because I wasn't like in the right mind frame to answer them the other day because I was sick and I was in the emergency room and they messed up my paperwork and, it's like traumatic for me. Also, why have I been so sick the last year? Why have I not been able to be so consistent with what I'm working on and showing up online? And it's mental health. I need to take care of my mental health. And you do too. So if you have people blowing you up and asking you a million questions, whether it's business or personal or just like parents of your kids' friends, or like, you're not available. You don't need to explain yourself. You're not available. I saw something online the other day where, you know who did it? It was Justine, who was on the show. I'll put it in the show notes. And it was just so good. And she's like, use this when you need it. And it was basically like, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I'm not available, it's a different way to answer. And I just loved it. And I'll put that in the show notes for you and I'll tag her because it was just so good. And I screenshot it. And I just want you to be good. I want you to do good work and I want you to feel good. And this is your friendly little reminder that you don't need to show up for anybody else except for yourself first. You cannot do good work. You cannot feel good in your own body if you don't show up and do the work on yourself first. And that's what I've been taking this entire year to do, year and a half now, is focusing on myself so that I can be the best for the people around me that actually care about me, and my clients, my business, my online brand and communities. I do the work on myself so that I can be the best for you, so that I can show up. So when I'm not showing up, I'm doing the work. I'm putting in the work. I don't preach about personal growth and business development for no reason. I'm doing the work so that I can show you how to do it. I'm very passionate about mental health, patient advocacy, wellness, anything podcasting, anything business, like growing your business. Like, the amount of layoffs that are happening right now is absolutely unreal. And right before Christmas, I hope they're giving them shit tons of money as severance because that sucks. And I saw this woman the other day, she's doing Amazon reviews with no social media involved. And that's how her and her husband are paying for their kids' Christmas gifts. Like, you've got to think out of the box. And today's the first day of Mercury retrograde, and I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And I'm not going to tell you what, I'm just saying something. And I'm like, shit, I really need to journal that out. I really need to figure out what I want to focus on in 2024. I have most of it mapped out, but I haven't had my weekend or a couple days worth of like really planning out because I don't have my new planners yet. So once I get my hands on them, probably this weekend, I'll start doing that, but I need to set the vibe. And if you need to learn how to get organized for a new year, end the year strong, get your shit together, scroll back to the last episode because I gave you my entire breakdown of what I do every first of the month. And then what I just spent like 20 something hours doing to organize my entire 2023 so I can prep for 2024. It's a task, I'm not going to lie, but it's going to make you feel so good. But you got to set a vibe. You need the lighting, the scents, the music, like all of it. So I highly recommend, if you are in need of a little chaos cleanse, to scroll back to that episode and listen to all my tips and tricks because they work. And I am living proof that they work. So I wanted to just like do a little personal update just because I haven't in a long time and just like let you know where I'm at. Because the grief bus, the struggle bus, it's real. Like waves of emotions. Like the amount of times I've cried, and I'm always like an emotional crier. Like I'll cry at movies. I'll cry when like I leave my friends, when I see my friends, when I make a good meal, when I fuck up a meal. Like I cry all the time. But there was a lot of years where I was numb and highly medicated where I didn't feel shit. So now I'm like, I'm feeling my feelings. I'm in my soft girl era. I'm in my fucking healing era. And I'm like sick of healing, but it's like never ending, right? So right now I'm just like going through the waves of emotions of grief. And it's like you always thought you were going to get like that last chance to like say goodbye, or you had something play in your head over and over again of what it would look like. And then that just gets ripped out from underneath you. So that's where I'm at. And it's just the weirdest feeling. And I feel good today, but sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, seriously? Like, is he really gone? And then I'm like, well, I felt like he was already gone the last 6 years, but now he's really gone. Like, it's just the strangest thing. I have a client that's a psychotherapist that kind of talked to me through some stuff that she's amazing. And she has a podcast coming out really soon. So as soon as I can, I'll announce that. But if you are interested in sharing your story and helping others and launching a podcast, like writing more newsletters, like just fucking do it. Life is too short. And everybody says that, but like start doing it now. You don't have to wait till January 1st. Start that shit now. If you want to start pushing it out on the internet on January 1st, that's fine. But if it's burning inside of you and it's like bothering you, or you know you're going through something so that you can be stronger, so that you can help others like me, like share it. If you are strong enough to share it, share your story, because you never know who it's going to help. Like I said, I still get so many messages from so many patients and doctors asking me a million questions about being misdiagnosed. And I just feel so bad. And you know what I do? Like, this is a great LinkedIn tip too. I use voice messaging all the time. I want you to hear my voice. I'm not going to just copy and paste. I'm not going to like personalize. You know what I mean? Like I want to like really truly help you. And I want to connect with you on like a real level. I miss human connection so much. I was in like a really deep depression over the last year, and half the time I didn't even realize it. And when you are going through, I'm going to cough. When you're going through something like that, sometimes you tend to isolate, and man, did I isolate. And I only had a select few friends around me. I pushed a lot of people away, and that's just something that I've done. And it's like, do I want to repair that friendship? Like, do they even care? Or do I just keep it and move on? Like, sometimes you need to go through these things to realize, like, do I need that in my life? Like, what do I need in my life? You know? There are these prompts that I want to start using. Actually, a good friend of mine has some, but also Gabby Bernstein had some. I heard her on the Skinny Confidential, I'd say like a month or two ago, and she had really good morning journaling prompts. And I need to re-listen to that episode to write them in my journal, because I really want to start journaling more like super early in the morning. That's something that I lacked this year. And that's just very strange. Like, I just forgot. I was so focused on like healing and like just living my life day by day that I steered away from like things that were part of my routine. Like, I incorporated other things into my routines morning and night, but my voice is about to crack. But some things I just stopped doing, and I don't know why. So I'm getting back to those because they make me feel really good. And I'm going to call my friend after I record this episode for you and ask her prompts, and maybe I'll add them in the show notes for you. And I'll add Gabby's in the show notes for you, because why have you do all that work when I'm going to do it for you right now? So I'll add those for you. Justine's quote and Gabby's journal prompts. I'm saying this out loud so that I remember. But I just wanted to do like a little personal update. Like, I'm just healing and going through the emotional roller coaster of grief. And it's not just like with my dad's passing. It's like my old life. It's friendships. It's a lot. It's so much. And the holidays, sometimes it's like harder, you know? So I'm just taking it day by day. So I figured if I shared this with you and you're going through something like this, like, just take it day by day. And I'm always here if you want to, you know, message me or send me an email. You can shoot me a text. Like, most of them are anonymous. I don't know. That's it. I just, you know, be good, do good, feel good. I'm staring at that on my wall. And that's it. I just felt like it was time to do a little grief journey, healing era life update for you. Little mini episode. Speaking of mini episodes, God, that sounds so salesy. What I think I'm going to start doing, because podcasts are audio. Podcasts are not video. Everybody's calling them video podcasts. Podcasts are audio. But video podcasts, mini versions, like, do we want to see that? I feel like I'm going to do little mini episodes, 10 minutes or less, on my TikTok, which will obviously get pushed to YouTube from my repurpose.io. If you need a repurposing tool, you've got to use this. It's 2 weeks free, and then it's only $20 a month. It's changed the game for everything I post online. People ask me all the time, like, oh my God, you're posting all the time. No, I don't. I schedule everything. I repurpose everything. It's how I run my business. $20 a month, like, you can't go wrong. Anyway, last episode I talked about it a lot, but I've talked about it so many times. Use my code EVERYTHINGISMESSY, one word in caps. It gives you 2 weeks free. There's my little ad spend for today to cover today's cost. But I truly, like, I'm obsessed with this app. It's not even an app. It's just a tool, repurpose.io. Check the show notes. Just try it. You will not regret it. But I think that I'm going to do mini video podcast, short form video, like under 10 minutes, like each week in 2024. It's something I'm really thinking about. I don't like talking to the camera unless I have a guest, but like solo ones. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, like if you have any topics you want me to cover for little video podcast episodes, let me know. Because I'm going to start pulling my email newsletter crew and my LinkedIn newsletter crew on those topics. So let me know. And if you sent me your media kit to become a guest on the Kelly and Cares podcast, please know I'm getting through those. There's like almost 300 of them. It's intense. It's a massive Google spreadsheet, and I hate Google spreadsheets. So it's taking me a very long time to get through. But I think that's all I have for you. I just wanted to share like where I've been. I hate when I'm inconsistent, but it's just part of my healing journey. And I've stopped putting so much pressure on myself about like showing up and feeling guilty for not being able to show up. I just need to be healthy, period. Hence my voice. I couldn't show up when I was all ready and prepared. I've had these notes in my notebook on previous episodes for like over a month, and I couldn't fucking record because I was going through grief, and then for multiple things. Then I got sick. Then the grief came again. Then I was dealing with my depression. Then it's like never ending. It's the holidays. 'Tis the season. But you're not alone. I'm right there with you. So anyway, if you haven't left a rating, reviewed, or subscribed on Apple Podcasts, I would love it if you would do that for me today. And also over on Spotify, there's brand new Q&As and polls for every single episode. So you could check those out. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any suggestions, I'm going to cough again. Sorry. On like a video series for mini video podcast episodes, let me know. But if you're into the video series, every week until the end of the year, starting a couple weeks ago, I've been putting out a new series. And I seem to get great feedback on series, and people really enjoy them. And it's just another way of having me like keep everything nice and organized for you on the interwebs. So I really like filming a series. It's just fun. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed today's little mini episode where we at 18 minutes. and just go out and go live your best fucking life. And if somebody has something to say about it, thank you for your input and walk off. That's it. Adios. Thanks for tuning in to the Kellyanne Cares podcast. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to rate and review. And don't forget to subscribe so you get notified as soon as a brand new show is live. For more information on myself, the podcast, my book, programs, and brand, visit KellyanneCares.com. While you're there, be sure to grab your free 10-step productivity and goal achieving guide, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. We're switching things up this season, and I'm so excited. Head to Spotify right now and check out the latest poll and Q&A. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on KellyanneCares.com today. As always, thank you so much for listening, sharing, and reviewing. It truly means the world to me. Talk soon.
Get $250 cash back after your first $500 in purchases when you open a new Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union. Pick from 2 great cards, each with their unique cashback rewards, perks, and benefits, and give yourself the gift of cash this holiday season. Visit Kemba.org to compare the cards for details and to apply. Purchases must be made in the first 30 days for cashback eligibility. Kemba, a better way to bank. Federally insured by NCUA.